Flo and Missy Elliott with Fly Girl Fly. You're listening to me, Fazana Chowdhury. This is BBC Three Counties Radio, BBC Radio Northampton, with you until 10 o'clock this evening. Now, real local champion. We have a real local champion in the studio and a friend of the show, Met police officer and co-founder of Kick Off at 3, a St Albans-based community group helping young people form better relationships with the police through sport and community work. Michael Wallace is in the studio. Good evening, Michael. Welcome.
Good evening. I'm in the house. I'm honoured to meet you. We just shared that. You share the same similar name with my daughter, My daughter's name's Savannah.
Oh,
so I thought we were blessed to meet today.
Yeah, it was to be, wasn't it? It was to be.
Yeah.
Now, look, before we begin, just want to send sincere condolences to the family of Dion Farley, who tragically passed away with sickle cell. Tell me what she meant. What's her legacy?
Dion, a legacy. Well, we met Dion about a couple of years ago, just after COVID 2020, where we took part in a charity cycle ride. We called it Spin Off at 3. We couldn't do any of our football events that we normally do, so we came a new initiative. Myself and Ashley Levin, co-founder of Kick Off 3, and we just embarked on a journey to encourage many people to cycle, to run, to walk, use their wheelchairs. And Dion found out about what we're doing through Body Blitz, which we worked together to raise the money for the African Caribbean Leukemia Trust charity to raise awareness of blood stem donation. And she came on our charity cycle ride with us. So we called her the governor. She was literally, she's not a police officer, but she was a massive leader. And she was in our cycling group. My brother was on the cycling group with us, Ashley and a lot of our friends. There was police officers as well, and there's a picture of her that we took with the police, because that's part of our initiative of breaking barriers, building positive relationships. Because I'm part of the Black Police Association as well, the Exec Committee, so we're all about champion change and supporting charities. So it was fantastic. She was on the cycle ride with her, unknown to me at the time. She was suffering with sickle cell, hence her vision to support. And the unfortunate tragic news early this week on Monday, a dear friend of hers by the name of Yvette, who's part of the Black Police Association, who informed us of the sad loss, which she lost to many friends, family, colleagues. But we want to continue that legacy,
of course,
in memory of Dion. But I know she would want positive vibes.
Absolutely. And of course, she's going to leave a void, but what fantastic legacy, absolutely brilliant legacy that she's left behind. Kick Off at 3. Absolutely brilliant initiative. I think what's amazing is you really understand that connection and relationship with vulnerable young people, and linking that with sport as well, to provide that stability that they're not necessarily getting from anywhere else. That's key, isn't it, to Kick Off at 3?
Yeah, it's about giving opportunities, giving hope in a safe environment, and that's what we've been doing from all diverse backgrounds, getting young people from, and I say young people from early ages, from 8 upwards, straight through to young adults, 28, they're still young, trying to find their way in life. And we've found so many young people from different backgrounds to give them opportunities it's evolved so much more than just the football. We've got young people involved in films, poetry, dance. We've done some fantastic work with so many different charities and organisations, which I'll go on to mention one or two of them that we've been championing, an ACLT charity, and it's all about breaking the barriers, building trust with the police, but also giving them hope, giving them a vision, and really and truly making them feel loved. Oh gosh, that's so powerful. That is so powerful. I would imagine in your role, enormously humbling to see that kind of transformation, kids coming in and diverse kind of socioeconomic backgrounds. You don't know what's happening at home, maybe you do know what's happening at home as well, and just to see that transformation. You just said it so simply, to be loved.
to be loved. And isn't that what we all deserve?
We all want to be loved. We all want to feel made feel special in our own different way, shape or form, and that's what we're doing. Being involved in some amazing projects. We're going away on Friday to Geneva with the Football for Impact project, championed by Sarah Armstrong and Paula Powell, who amazing women who are doing great things, but given opportunity, taking young people from their home environment, given opportunity to travel and be a part of something special. And just giving them that belief, a safe space, and those opportunities.
Yeah, and Michael, when you and Ashley kind of first set up this Kickoff at 3, did you imagine it would grow as much as it has? You would have had the vision, but could you have imagined it's taken off as much as it has?
To be honest, no. We met well over 10 years, up to 15 years ago now.
Wow. Where
we developed, me as a police officer going to a local estate in London, and saying, the 5L, the feds, what do they want? They're here to collect intelligence, but we built up a really good trusted relationship, and we formed Kickoff at 3, and. We're even in a book now.
Yay.
Blacks Can't Swim. Film Blacks Can't Swim, where a lot of the young people that are in the film, they're not actors. We've given the opportunity for Eddie Cure, who's, we've been working closely with, and it's just amazing. And there's more to yet to come. It's the 30th anniversary of Stephen Lawrence coming up shortly.
Yeah, and you know what? That's it's 30 years, and you know what? That's still seared in so many of our memories. It's almost like it happened, just a couple of years back. I can't believe it's been 30 years. Now you're going to be involved in that. Tell me, what are you going to be doing?
Well, I'm going to be away actually, I said I'm going to be away in Geneva, but we've been kindly invited by the family of Stephen Lawrence to be a part of the memorial that will take place in London on Saturday the 22nd of April, which is the anniversary. But we'll have Kickoff 3 representatives attending the memorial service, and we've got a great team of volunteers. But there'll be events happening all over the country. But one of the events that I know of that we're a part of, that we've helped, is there's going to be about 6 racing events, horse racing events across the country. Up in Nottingham, where we've done some real key work in the Nottingham community, and all the horse racing events will be dedicated to Stephen Lawrence and the memory, and they'll be raising vital funds for the Stephen Lawrence Foundation, and the team, Josh Afra and Lee Molson, and all those great people involved in getting that together. The legacy. There'll be events all over the country, but that's just one of them. But those who are listening in, they can look on the Stephen Lawrence Foundation website, and they'll see all the different events that will be happening across the country. And we're just humbled that we was able to make that introduction of Lee and Josh and all the team to the Stephen Lawrence Foundation through the work that we've done over the years, through football events, barbershop events we've done last year. We've even had young people, Sammy 777, young local man from St Albans, where he created a song called Doreen's Heart in memory of Stephen Lawrence, and we've incorporated in music videos and various other things. So it's just by Kickoff at 3 being a bit of a warm, loving hub to get galvanise communities, young people, charities, and leaving legacies for the likes of Stephen Lawrence, Dion Farley, and all those that we've found along the way, just to champion change and leave a loving memory.
Michael, I mean, you're a Met police officer. Is that easy at the moment? You're not here under the microscope by any stretch of the imagination. Is that easy at the moment?
No, I have to be honest. I'm part of the Black Police Association on the executive committee, and I lead for youth community engagement, which I very proudly wear my badge here this evening, and also linking into the National Black Police Association, the president with Andy George, and we're about champion change, part of the race action plan to have fair equality. We know people know what's in the media, the Baroness Casey report, and what we'll say is we need to champion change.
Did any of that report surprise you at all?
No, not at all. And I can say is, in the report it says as it is, but we need to take stock from that. We've gone full circles, haven't we? 30 years for the Macpherson report. Now we're here to the Barrett Casey report, and there's still issues of a culture that's, I'm proud to be a police officer. And it was quite. My mum actually said to me, I didn't actually know that my mum, who loves what I do and I'm a police officer, but she was so fearful of me joining the police. And I thought, as a parent, I thought, scared that something...
Was that something you always wanted to do?
Actually, it was, it was when I was young, a teenager, but I grew up...
Did you grow up watching Chips then?
Yeah, starts like Huggy Bear was my character, yeah. I used to have one of those with red cars, starts like... Yeah, I didn't quite get the afro like Huggy Bear, But the spray afro and all the different things, But I grew up wanted to be a police officer, but when I grew up in Lambeth, Brixton, where I actually now work, and then now I moved to Eltham, a short period there, and I lived not far from where Stephen Lawrence was tragically murdered, a racist attack, and back then it wasn't cool to be as a young black boy or man to be a police officer. However, I joined the police quite late in my mid-30s, so probably that's maybe why I am about, being you and trying to use your lived experiences to champion and give young people and give others the hope that there's hopefully hope, but there's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, do you find, and again, just going back to the report, and you're saying that there's a lot of work to be done, is that something that you can kind of, is there scope there for you to be proactively involved in that? From your lived experience, from the work that you've done, the fact that nothing of that surprises you, that you're disappointed, that there's got to be change, etc. Change comes from within, and it comes from, you need kind of champions of change as well, don't you? And will you have an opportunity to do that?
Well, this is what we're doing with Kick Off at 3, through building relationships with young people, diverse communities. We've been linking in with a number of police forces across the country through our football initiative, and we're going to be hosting a kick-off event here in Bedfordshire next month with Bez VOU. Big up Tasha, Kimberly Lamb. I have to big them up, big them up, big up. Lighter. So, big up to them. And then we've got some fantastic events. And more to home, in St Albans, the 24th of June, we're looking to do a kick-off event with the local. We're hoping, if any Hertfordshire police officers listening, we want their support. We want local partners, sponsorship. It's not for us, it's for the young people to build those gaps, build bridges, build the trust and confidence, but also give hope and inspire them that they're in a safe environment and they can enjoy and achieve whatever goals they want to achieve. But we need to be able to, as adults, provide that space for them.
Definitely. Yeah, and you know what, that safe space, it's about providing that safe space. In terms of the feedback, you must have seen kind of graduates in terms of, like the 8-year-old that's kind of come in over the period of like a decade or however long, and then you see them at the end. Just tell me some stories that, really resonate with you, that you think, what, this is brilliant. When I get to the pearly gates, I'm going to say, this is what I did.
Okay, well, I can actually give a couple of examples of the young people that we've inspired. I've mentioned before Semi Trouble 7, who, he didn't know anything about Stephen Lawrence, and he made a song for Stephen Lawrence. The Kick Pistol group in St Albans, a group of young white boys, but they knew nothing about Stephen Lawrence, but we educated them and we delivered a live stream event for them. We've had young Jones from St Albans. If you're listening, big up Jones, love you bad. He's in the film Blacks Can't Swim, and we gave him opportunity through Kick Off at 3. Mentor him, I was introduced to him through a local school, Verulam School, the head teacher, and we mentored him, supported him, and he appeared in the film. He's now in the book. We have Georgia Martin, who she found out about Kick Off at 3 volunteering, and she loved what we're doing, and She's now a police officer.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, she's now. Yeah, so there's some amazing. I could give you so many different stories. Those with autism, something very close to my heart. My youngest son, or our youngest son, is autistic, and it's about giving, from whatever your background, whatever your ability, disability, gender, whatever you may be or whoever you may be, you've got an opportunity to be a part of what we're doing. So there's so many different organisers, so many young people, and we are grateful for those who are supporting, and all the organisations that are believing in what we're doing. But we need more support and more.
Yeah, and what kind of support are you looking for? This is your opportunity. Where when you say you need more support, is that financial support? Is that kind of sponsorship? What kind of things are you looking for?
Yeah, you said the magic word. That I have a full-time job. As you know, I'm a police officer. Kick Off 3, we run voluntary. We have little or no funding. We rely on sponsorship. We people sometimes just donating their time to help us, and we've had so many local organisations. So we're looking for any funds or any sponsorship or anybody's time they can give us. They could have a skill that we can help us to run our events, which we've got over the coming months. We're running a number of football events where we're creating a safe space, but also we're raising awareness of charities to support charities. So anything anybody can offer, please get in contact.
And mentors as well. Are you looking for mentors? Somebody who can, just maybe talk about their life experience and how they've got to where they've got to, and maybe just relate to them in terms of when they were at that age.
Of course, there's going to be people out there that they love working with young people. They have they might have children themselves, nieces, nephews, grandchildren. Everybody's got a space. We're just looking for anybody that if they feel they have something to give. Yeah. And it might not necessarily be monetary. It could be somebody's time. If somebody wants to design a poster for us, do music for us, help us with our website. Just anybody that wishes to give something back. It's not to go in our pockets. We are a CIC non-profit organisation about to give back through our events to young people and those charities that we encourage those to support and educate.
Absolutely inspiring. And look, I mean, where do you see the organisation? Kind of what's the kind of like the dream? Where do you see it? I think what's really nice is you said that there are other police groups that are really interested in the work that you're doing. So is the intention to kind of roll it out so you've got kind of hubs and things like that in other major cities, etc.?
The goal and the vision, if you want me to be honest, is for every single county across the country to have a Kick Off 3 initiative in there. And that's the whole point of the ethos. They take ownership, they deliver in their local community under our blueprint, and they continue that work through the generations and give back to those young people and communities. But my other aspiration is, to be honest, to go abroad, and that's where the first step, where we're going to Geneva on Friday to maybe build connections, networks to spread that word. And I have family in Canada and Jamaica, so it'd be a dream if we could do something in those countries.
We're putting it out there.
Thank you very much.
We're manifesting, and we're putting it out
Thank
there.
You,
Michael. It's such a. I mean, you said you're a fan. I'm a fan of yours as well.
Thank you very much.
It's like mutual.
Well, of course you're a fan, because you've got the same similarity as my daughter, so you've got to be a fan.
Mutual love, and I know when I've sat in for Ed previously, like some of the music that I played, and you've said that you've absolutely loved it, because I think I did Phil Fearon and Galaxy, and it was real kind of like old school tunes.
Yeah, no, but I had to make sure that when I was outside and you were playing some dub plates there, so a vibe that when I sit back, and I had to be careful I didn't lean back too much, because us West Indians we can be a bit laid back. But I was about to chill, get a red stripe out, but no, I'm off duty anyway, so no, it was lovely tunes.
Thank you so much for coming in the studio. Honestly, it's an absolute pleasure. And look, I mean, brilliant. What can I say? Absolutely brilliant. Thank you for doing what you do as well. Thank you.
No, thank you for having me, and thank you to your listeners for listening. Thanks, you.
Brilliant. And look, I mean, what can I say? Local champion Michael Wallace there. He's a Met police officer, co-founder of Kick Off at 3, St Albans-based community group helping young people. Hope everybody just wants to be loved.
On BBC iPlayer.